Alright guys out there in YouTube land, Chibi here with Scarlett, and I'm going to be making a video to help those of you who live out on their own save a little money. And I think it's super relevant to dolls because it involves PayPal, and actually helped me get this girl. And I was able to get this girl when she came available on the marketplace because of some of the stuff I do. And so that's why she's in this video. I actually had $150 saved away in my PayPal account from this particular technique with her. If you're not interested, I understand. I just wanted to try giving you a pretty legitimate way of saving some money that some people should be able to use. This is geared more towards people who have who live out on their own and pay their own grocery bill, because that's really what this involves. If you're paying for groceries, this is how this works. So anyways, I'm gonna try to have her sit here by me in the video for now, unless she gets too heavy. This is not really well scripted. This is kind of off the cuff. This is not meant to be an exact how-to of how this works. I will include links and what do you call it, referral codes and stuff like that below, because on a lot of these it actually helps you to use someone else's referral code and makes you a part of their team and stuff like that. But it is not sponsored in any way, shape, or form. Just trying to help people out if they want to try this method. So first of all of this involves a smartphone and grocery shopping, so, and apps, of course. So the main apps I use to help save money, and what it does is I take money, I take apps, have them on my phone, buy certain groceries that correspond with things in the apps, and then I get cash back for them. But on the apps, depending on which one, they have different amounts that you can cash out with. And most of the apps I'm going to talk about, I might mention some other ones, but the main one too I'm going to talk about, you can cash out directly into PayPal, which works well for doll owners because, I mean, how can you not have a PayPal and be in this hobby? That would be crazy. I don't know how you could do it. I mean, I guess it's possible if you only ever buy new from companies that don't use PayPal, but if you ever want to buy, sell, or do anything in general, it's a little bit easier if you have your own physical PayPal. But, so the first app I'm going to talk about is called Ibotta. My referral code will be in the bottom, or friend code. I can't remember what it's called. Depending on when you click on this, sometimes it's like use someone's referral code and they get $5 and you get $5 after you do your first rebate, or sometimes it's 10 and sometimes it just changes. I didn't specifically check right before this video to see what they're doing, what their thing is right now. So I think Ibotta is the easiest and largest return on your money. I didn't write anything down specifically, but I know I've saved or gotten back over $400 from Ibotta over, I'd say, around a 2-year period, which is not horrible, especially if it's stuff you're going to buy anyways. So the short and simple of Ibotta, you download the app. If you want to use my referral code, I'll be grateful. You make an account. I personally have mine connected to my Facebook, but I know certain people wouldn't want to. I do that so I don't forget how to log in or forget my password. You do not have to connect your PayPal if you don't feel comfortable connecting your PayPal. You can get your money back in gift card codes. Like, that's what my mom does. She gets Walmart and I think mainly Walmart gift cards. There's a bunch in there, but the one she uses is Walmart. And there's also another payment type in there. Starts with a V. I can't remember. It was some competitor to PayPal that I don't think really I've ever looked around much for. But once you've got downloaded, you start your account, you can look through the stores, see what stores you actually use. I know there's a way of favoriting stores that you use most often. You normally click a little star up close to the name of the store you're at, or the store you're using, for any of your grocery and pharmacies like Rite Aid, CVS, and Walgreens, and your grocery stores that use cards. With Ibotta, you can connect whatever card you're using and then no longer have to worry about it. When you buy the stuff, as long as you buy the right thing, it'll automatically go into your stuff. You don't have to wand a receipt or anything like that. So super convenient if you're that. If you are a Walmart or Target shopper, and I use Harris Teeter as well, and Harris Teeter's super slow, and they actually do allow you to upload receipts with Harris Teeter. I'm assuming because they're super slow. I upload receipts for all those places, and with Walmart, they have a little square at the bottom you can scan, match stuff up with what you're buying, and then get your money back that way. It's a little bit faster when they allow you to do receipts than when they do through the card, because it depends on when the store you're at processes it, and then it goes to Ibotta and comes back. So that's kind of just the general gist of it. So say you're going to Walmart, you find Walmart and Ibotta, scroll through all the items, and if you know you need something or getting something or want to try something that happens to be in the app that you're going to get cash back for, you can do that. You activate the app, you click on the item, it'll activate. Sometimes you have to watch a video, sometimes you do a short, like, 1 question survey, sometimes it just automatically unlocks. It depends on what you're doing, pretty much. Then, the best thing you can do, and I will say this 100% as a how-to kind of tip, always scan the items when you're in the store. There's no problem. Bring out your phone, click on the thing. If you read down, it'd be like a button you can press it. It's like, check if this is the right item. You click on it, scan the barcode, and it'll tell you if it is or isn't. Yes, there are mistakes made. There's definitely been times I've twice in 2 years had to say, hey, Ibotta, this clearly matches everything that you says it is, but it's not working. You can submit those to Ibotta. And as long as you've read very carefully and know and you're like 100% sure it's right, you can go ahead and buy the item, and then they'll add it in, and then you can upload a receipt for it. I don't know how that would work if you did it with a card connected one, because that's only ever happened at Walmart for me. But just scan the item before you leave, because you don't, like, if you're buying it specifically because of the app and then it doesn't work, that really sucks. I highly suggest going ahead and uploading your receipt while you're sitting in your car before you leave, because I've never had this happen, but I've watched couponers on YouTube who've bought an item, scanned it while they were in store, got home, about 20 minutes later, went to put it in the receipt, but I guess so many people had done that deal for that item that they turned the item off so it didn't work anymore. I've never ran into that problem, but I've heard that problem happen. So just go ahead and upload it pretty, quickly. And that's really mainly for super hot deals where it's like $3 or $4, a ridiculous amount back for something that's not really that expensive. I know one right now is like, depending on, and it's not the same for every person who has Ibotta. Someone could have a $3 for an item, and you could have a $2 for an item, or they could not even have an item that you have on yours. I think the more you use Ibotta, the more it kind of shows you, because more stuff shows up in mine than shows up in my mom's. And I use mine more often, so thinking that might be why. But it's just one of those things, if you're, decently inept with a smartphone, you can scroll through, activate offers, buy those items, scan them, put a receipt in, get a few dollars back. Ibotta has a $20 payout. You have to reach $20 before you can get a payout. So I highly suggest, before you go ahead and start, buying stuff because of Ibotta, really looking around. I mean, offers change over time. New products will come in just a lot of times because they are new products, or around Christmas and stuff like that, more things will show up. It's not just groceries with Ibotta. They do have, if you have the right movie theater, they have that. I don't have the right movie theater, so I can't get like cash back for that. I know they have Best Buy and a couple other random things. I think there's a few restaurants. I generally either don't have those near me or it's not a restaurant I would eat at regularly anyway, so I'm not going to go there just to get a cash back. Because I remember at one point in time they had, was it Burger King? I'm not a huge Burger King fan, so I just didn't do that one. There are other stuff you can, just look around the wet thing. You can also shop online for certain ones. I know there's some Amazon cashbacks on there and stuff like that. So, especially if you're going to be doing some Black Friday through Christmas shopping. Best Buy, I know, normally has some sort of percent back. I haven't looked recently. I know last year they had it was like $5 or $10 for buying a printer at Best Buy. And there was like a $10, or I think it was like a $20 printer you could buy. I did that one. It was good. So, I know I'm not great at explaining these things, but it is. I just want to kind of get the idea out there for people who might want a few extra dollars. It's really good if you want to have some extra dollars in your PayPal to buy random stuff off Etsy for your dolls. Here and there, you just kind of transfer $20, and next time you want to buy a dress or a shirt or a pair of pants or something off Etsy, that's just a little bit less you have on there. And with Ibotta, the deals tend to reset a couple of times, as long from when you first do them to when they expire. So some of them will have expiration dates. Not all of them always do. Some of them just will keep resetting for a certain amount of time until, I think, depends on how many. Because I've had some just disappear after doing them 4 times. It was an item I knew I used, I knew I loved. So I'm going to get this while it's here. And my mom still has the rebate. So I think it's just based off how many times you've done it. And so if you see an item that you're really going to use a lot, you might as well get your rebate money for it. It'll reset. Some people say it resets on a certain day. I just kind of noticed that it resets every 3 to 4 days after I've done it. And then sometimes, things do expire in there, or they will change, or sometimes you'll do a rebate and then it'll come back. I had one rebate that I did for $2. Then it came back for a $4 rebate. It was the same item type thing. And I did it 3 times, and then it expired, and then it came back as a $3 rebate. So they kind of recycle a lot of the same stuff. There are also any rebates, 25 cents when you buy any eggs, or any garlic, or any candy bar. It'll literally say any, and those are their way of getting you to answer survey questions. They'll ask you I'm trying to remember, do you own your own home? That was one of the questions recently when I did the garlic. So, if you're interested in that, I would definitely Google. I really didn't watch a whole lot of people talk about it. I just kind of downloaded the app and figured it out. It's not really hard to understand. It's not hard to use app, but if you're not having any trouble with it, I highly recommend searching in YouTube for just how-tos, because there's plenty of couponers who can explain this way better than me. So the second app that I find the most useful that does have a cash out directly to PayPal, and it's actually a $5 cash out, is Saving Star. But Saving Star is not as easy and user-friendly as Ibotta. Mainly because you kind of have to be diligent with it, and you can't just, go ahead and look and see what's there on whatever day you're shopping. Saving Star has rebates that appear on Sundays, the first of the month, and sometimes randomly in the middle of the week. I generally check it every Sunday, every first of the month, and around Tuesday or Wednesday, they'll have a fresh item, but you have to do so many rebates before that'll start appearing for you now. It used to be that it did it no matter what, but now it's you have to pretty much be active on Saving Star, and it's normally some 25 cent back for squash or something random, or lettuce. The cool thing about Saving Star is you can get some higher rebates on things like medications, allergy medication, shampoos, conditioners. You get a lot of higher rebates on Saving Star for the items, and I think I've saved somewhere around like $3 to $3.50 on Saving Star. The reason it's less than Ibotta, which I totally forgot to mention this while I was talking to Ibotta, is Ibotta has bonuses. If you go on your account, the same page where you can see how much money you have in there, you'll see this thing that says bonuses. You can click on it, and they'll have like sometimes random ones. It's like, do so many rebates and get an extra $1, an extra 2, 3s, and I've gotten up to $10 for 10 rebates before. So bonuses are why you want to use someone's referral code on Ibotta, because if you use their referral code, you become a part of their team, and it makes you earn your bonuses easier and faster. Sorry about that. Back to Saving Star. So Saving Star has higher rebates, no bonuses or anything like that. It's just straight rebates. But the cool thing about Saving Star is it's a low payout of $5, and it becomes useful, especially if you're like an allergy sufferer. And it helps a lot with shampoos and conditioners and toothpastes and vitamins. All sorts of stuff like that are more common on there than they are on Ibotta. Ibotta is more food and smaller rebates. I mean, they'll have random big ones that are really nice, but Saving Star, I think, tend to have a little bit more. And it works like Ibotta, and you can connect certain cards to it. Loyalty cards will connect to it, and it will only take loyalty cards for places that have loyalty cards. Period. No ifs, ands, or buts. There's just... it used to be you could get a receipt uploaded for anything on Ibotta. It's kind of gone to the way the Saving Star is now, too, where you have to use the loyalty card. And they have a list of stores that you can upload receipts for. So when you need to, you click, I think it's like either says receipt or scan. You click on it, and it'll come up with all your ones. Press the little plus button at the bottom. It'll bring it up, a list. You scroll until you find your store, click on your store, and then scan your receipt and follow the steps it asks you to. With Ibotta, it's just when you're on there, you have a little button at the bottom. You click it. If it's a scanning receipt one, and follow the steps for it. I know I'm not really good at explaining these things. I just want y'all to know that they exist. So, with with Saving Star, you have to kind of check in and get them, like get those rebates, because some of them are limited rebates, especially higher value and more sought after products, like some of the higher value allergy medicines I've known have disappeared really quickly, and I didn't get them, which didn't bother me because I don't really use them. And I know a lot of the like more popular shampoo and conditioners like Garnier and stuff like that can have limited numbers, so you kind of have to get up on Sunday and click all of them. And I mean, even if you don't, you're still going to probably find stuff you want on there, and they do have random foods that always reset every freaking first of the month, like Fruit Loops, and they have cereals on there sometimes, like $1 when you buy a certain amount of cereals and stuff like that, and random, I think it's Betty Crocker brand stuff that I see on there a lot. But that app's a little bit simpler to navigate than Ibotta in finding stuff. It's not as hard to navigate, but it's just, I don't think it has quite as much chance of making money as you do with Ibotta, because Ibotta encompasses so much stuff in different retailers and not just grocery. I use it a lot because I am an actual couponer, and so having both of them makes for good amounts of money. So basically those are the two main ones that, like, when you're starting, I would focus on. I'm going to tell you about a few more apps that I use that are up to you and the reason why they're a little less useful. So the third one, which I've kind of essentially stopped using, is Checkout 51. The reason I've essentially stopped using Checkout 51 is because their stuff resets every week, which is not bad or anything like that. And their stuff changes, and sometimes they can have bigger payouts, but you can only get a check through the mail, and it's after you hit $20. And it is way more strict on using coupons with rebates. Like, you have to go through every one and see if it says you can't use blah 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 with it, and sometimes you can't scan the item to make sure it works with it on checkout 51 all the time, so sometimes they just don't always work, which isn't super common but annoying enough that I don't really trust it. And on top of that, I just don't think the payout works for me very well. It took me a long time to get to $50. I think I have like $53 or something on there. I have like a $2 balance right now because I've gotten 2 checks from them, but I just, I don't really like that one as well. You can check it out if you want to download it and just see if it's the type of items you use on a regular basis, then whatnot. And if you're not a couponer at all and you're not going to use coupons, then it's probably not going to be as big of an issue for you. And you might as well, if you're going to buy the item, put the money on there and eventually hit the right amount. I don't think there's any referral codes or anything, but I think I'll try to leave a link in the bottom, a link in the whatever, you know where you leave links at. Sorry, my brain's malfunctioning. I'll leave a link down below. Let's see. There used to be an app called MobiSave. Now, if you've ever seen a package of food that says, hey, get this amount of money back with MobiSave, I think those might still be floating around out there, because when you open up the app, that's essentially all it is now. There's no random items that you can buy and then get money back. And that kind of sad, because that one was a real nice one that just immediately, it could be 10 cents, it could be $2, it just immediately put it in your PayPal account no matter what it was. But I think that app is dead. If you find one of those codes and that says something about MobiSave, it's worth downloading, because all you have to do is connect your PayPal and it'll immediately put it in there. And you don't have to get to a certain amount. But I think unless you have one of those codes, I don't think they have anything on that app that you can just buy and then get anymore. And it has a lot of links to a new app I'm trying out, which is why I'm putting this in the I don't know how to feel about it just yet section, because I've gotten no money off of it as of right now. Because their payouts are a little bit weird, and they have a point system. Instead of just telling you you're getting 10 cents back, they're like, you're getting 100 points. And you're like, what is 100 points? And I think 100 points is 10 cents. Pretty sure 500 points is 50 cents. I could be wrong, just going off memory, because of course I'm not looking at anything. I'm recording on my phone with my apps on it, so. That one does have a referral code. I will stick it down below if you want to try it. The cool thing about Fetch Rewards is that as long as you buy within brands that they are connected to, I think it's like a lot of Unilever items, and Doritos and Tostitos and stuff like that are on there. Like, you can get random points for that stuff. And sometimes it's really random. It's like, here's 10 points, 25 points. Oh wait, 500 points. That one's kind of a little bit more confusing, to be completely truthful. But you can just kind of upload any receipt. You don't have to go in and check anything. You don't have to see what's on there. It's just like, I bought groceries. Let me put it on this Fetch Reward app. And just see what it comes up with. It's just keep the receipt until it says it's done, and sometimes it wants you to scan a barcode, after it's processed, to make sure you got the right item. Or check to see what item you got, and then you kind of scroll through the list and go, I got that one. So, I think it's at least worthwhile trying. I think there's no PayPal cash out for Fetch Rewards. I could be wrong about that. But I know there's Amazon gift card, which works for me. Always check what the cash outs are on any app that you're using before you start using it, because you could spend all this time trying to build up money and then not have a cash out that you can use. It's kind of like MobiSave. My mom never got that one ever, because you could only cash out through PayPal, and she doesn't have a PayPal account. So she never used that one. So Fetch, you don't really have to do anything with that app except for scan your receipt and then do whatever it prompts you to after it's processed the receipt. So it's pretty easy if you want to go ahead and do that on top of the other ones. It's not going to hurt anything. The referral code, I think, gives me $1.50's worth of points and you $1.50 worth of points, which I wish I would have known before I downloaded the dang app, because I didn't use the referral code and you don't get jack. I think you get bonuses for doing your first one, but you get less bonuses than if you use someone's referral code. I always do this. I find a new app, I download it, I start using it, and then they're like, oh, if you'd use someone's referral code, it would have given you more. And I'm like, I hate you. Why do you do this to me every time? Outside of that, my other pieces of advice for grocery shopping and savings is, you may have heard a long while back, Anne Picard talked about Swagbucks. I don't know if there's referral codes for Swagbucks anymore or not. I don't use the site as much as I used to. But if you are grocery shopping and you have a Swagbuck account or you want one, I think there's a referral link. If not, I'll just leave a link, one of the two, down at the bottom. You can print coupons off Swagbucks as opposed to using coupons.com, and you get points for all the coupons that you redeem. And sometimes they give you bonuses just for printing points. Printing coupons. So I always say if you have a printer and you have a computer, you should be printing coupons. There's really no reason, if you're going to get the item anyways, to pay full price or sale price when you could have a coupon on top of that. But it also gives you points, and I use the $25 Amazon gift card payout for that one every time, because I think it's the best value for me. I think you can pay out through PayPal too on there. But I always say use the coupons off that. It's, you get points and you get your coupons. If you can't print coupons, then whatever. Swagbucks, she talked about it before, but if you don't know, you can use it as a search engine and get points that way. And there's other ways of making points, but I don't think any of them is worth my time. The only thing I do is I use it as a search bar and I use it for my coupons. And I think that's all. Oh, be sure to know if your grocery store uses a mobile app. If your grocery store uses a mobile app, it has mobile coupons. Use them. Download the app, connect your card, use the mobile things. Because the best thing about that is you don't have to go anywhere and print anything. You don't have to go anything and do anything. You don't have to know what you're buying. Just buy what you normally buy. And if you happen to have a coupon on your card that works, fine and dandy. If you know that you have a coupon that's by, every Sunday you go in and click all your coupons in whatever, like Kroger has one, and I use Food Lion. Food Lion has one now. Every Sunday, just click all the coupons and just whatever. There's no reason not to get that. And I don't know how anyone else has used, but Food Lion has now where you spend so much on a certain type of product like dairy and then get a few dollars back on your card. Why not? Always make sure you're doing what you have, doing what you can and, saving money there, because every penny saved there is more for them. Yeah. Make you broke in different ways. But, yeah, that's basically it. I'll try to have all the links and stuff below. If you would like, suggestions for people who can explain things better, I can look around and see who I think explains it well. I haven't really looked up tutorials for any of these on how to use them in ages, because I just kind of winged it and figured it out myself. But I highly suggest, it's a way of getting a few extra dollars in your PayPal account mainly. And I mean, I had 150 just to get this girl, so that was 150 less out of, my checking account to get her, and made it plausible for me to get her without feeling quite as bad. And I know over the years I've also used that as my extra money. Actually, currently just bought a order from Alice's Collection. I needed to get $100 to get the free shipping, so I waited until I had $100 in my PayPal account from doing my Ibotta and Saving Star. Got up to $100, did that, and after, the little extra and the they charge PayPal fees or something like that. I didn't know that. That's new to me. Yeah, I paid like $13 out of pocket for an over $100 order for Alice's collection. So it's always a good thing to try. But I hope this has helped people. Hope this wasn't too long and rambly. Yeah, just check the description below for anything you might want, any links you might need. Bye.